Stray incidents of violence marked the second phase of 11th Manipur Assembly elections. Voters decide fate of 98 candidates in 22 constituencies. Chief Minister Bobi among the high-profile candidates. And 8 persons, including 3 women, were injured in a blast near the Kasturi Bridge. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English News and I'm Premi Thangjam with the top stories and latest news at this hour. Stray incidents of violence marked the second and last phase of the 11th Manipur Assembly elections held in 22 Assembly constituencies spread over 5 districts. Scuffles erupted among the voters at polling station 34/12 Lower Primary School in Wangjing Tentha constituency in Thoubal district this afternoon around 1:15. CPI candidate for the constituency, Haubam Robindro, said voting began at 7 a.m. at polling station 34/12. He said the scuffle erupted after the Congress agent warned voters not to vote for CPI after around 20 voters cast their vote. CRPF personnel fired a single round to control the situation. The webcast camera also was untraceable. However, polling resumed at 9:24 a.m. after the RO and SP Thoubal visited the polling station and RO NG Bogen provided a new webcast camera. Wangjing Tentha MLA and Congress candidate Paunam Brojan clarified that the incident occurred due to some misunderstanding. He maintained that it is normal to hurl allegations among the rival parties during election. Brojan said the election was held peacefully according to the directions of the ECI.
I election se khoi kari haitare mayam ga khara khena ba khitang lerang ne ai di sida bot thadara ga dum yum da dum tumil leidawni ai election se khoi gi kari haitare yamna election commission na fajana pangthok pe election oi banina khoi guma candidate amagi kocha chatpa ke do bagi ai thodok pa leijade si bot thadara ma khoi changa khoi imung dang si di imung manung se ingna singna sak chara ama chaba phangane de harau bu tani praja miyam na nungai na bot thada biri election commission na fajana election si chatha biri sigi damak ta khoi di haininga letana nungai.
CPI candidate in Wangjing Tentha, Haubam Robindro, alleged that the inner agents of the Congress party were responsible for the incident. He said the Congress agents at 34/12 polling stations asked voters not to vote for CPI.
Election ji hojik kihan be yaudana free and fair thada ba yanana bagi phajana mayamda awareness pi na bagi dangta taseng badi aro amasung election commissiona masigi vote che mayek seng na taunana ba EVM machine ga se anoba sindana amona thadana ba machange free and fair election ohen ba moi gi workers na thatla matungda agent changan ba yaden thatpadagi agent ji moi gi ama khak tawraga ani khak tawraga haujan gi ba tare ANC gi vote thada ba haujan gi ba masigi maru oiba maraldi presiding officer sina agent yaudana vote thada ba hohan gi badagi adagi asidanga ik seliba sigi
Voting continued till 6:30 p.m. at 34/12 polling station at Wangjing Tikcham Laikai in Wangjing Tentha constituency. Voters damaged EVM alleging proxy voting at the polling station at 8 a.m. Even though polling was by large peaceful in Wangkhem, minor violent incidents occurred near 32/27 and 32/19 polling stations following allegations of distribution of money by some persons near the Yairipok police station. However, the incidents did not disrupt polling. We bring you a report.
I know that Jaribasi Kogi Wangkhem Kendragi Kogi 32/27 Amadi 32/19 Hariba polling station Asigi Maratani, Mapamashida Jose Yamachanti Monda, both Tatanari, Panbayabadi, Wangkhem Kendra in a Mirep Mangana, Lamba Tonari, Ahanmada, BJP in a Haridas, INC in a Megachandra, LJP Jadu, NPP Thani Lamadi, NEIDP Nabachandra Hariba Mirep Manga Asina, Lamba Tonari. ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯕꯣꯇꯔ 1,000,000ꯒ 63 ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯃꯤꯔꯦꯞ ꯀꯥꯔꯛꯀꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯕꯣꯇꯔꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯃꯈꯜꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯌꯨꯝꯐꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯈꯜ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯚꯣꯠ ꯊꯥꯗꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯪꯖꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯡ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯀꯣꯏꯕꯗ ꯈꯠꯅ ꯆꯩꯅꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯐꯪꯉꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯥꯎꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯈꯣꯏ ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯚꯣꯇꯔꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯍꯪꯉꯒ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯄꯥꯎꯗꯝꯖꯒꯦ
ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯍꯨꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯆꯣꯡꯊꯣꯛꯂꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯚꯣꯠ ꯀꯥꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠ ꯊꯧꯔꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯗ ꯇꯧꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ
ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯧꯕꯤ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯇꯧꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯝꯕꯤ ꯊꯣꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯂꯝꯕꯤꯗꯣ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯐꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄ ꯂꯝꯕꯤ ꯃꯇꯦꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯣꯏꯂꯥ ꯊꯥꯗꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯊꯥꯅꯤ ꯈꯣꯠꯅꯤꯅ
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯥꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯌꯦꯟꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯇꯥꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯁꯣꯝ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯒ ꯐꯪꯕꯤꯕ ꯖꯥꯠꯂꯣ
ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯁꯦ ꯌꯦꯟꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯌꯦꯜꯂꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯂꯧꯗꯦ
ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯠꯅ ꯆꯩꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯣꯛꯏ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯖꯥꯠꯅꯣ
ꯈꯠꯅ ꯆꯩꯅꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯅꯛꯅ ꯎꯍꯧꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯗ ꯂꯥꯞꯅ ꯎꯏꯕꯀꯣ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯤꯗ ꯍꯪꯕꯗ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯎꯈꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯅ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯌꯦꯟꯕꯩꯅꯦꯅ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯈꯠꯅꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯎꯈꯒꯤ ꯃꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯐꯨꯅꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯁꯟꯗ ꯆꯪꯈꯔꯦ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯚꯣꯇꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕ ꯃꯤꯔꯦꯞꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯦ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯗꯕꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯒ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯚꯣꯠ ꯄꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕꯁꯨ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯅꯥꯀꯜ ꯑꯃꯔꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯎꯈꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏ ꯈꯔꯅ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯌꯦꯟꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯈꯠꯅ ꯆꯩꯅꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯐꯝꯁꯨ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯂꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯀꯦꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯄꯔꯁꯟ ꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯁꯔꯃꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯎꯗꯝꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯦꯇ꯭ꯔꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯝꯆꯥꯟ ꯏꯝꯄꯦꯛ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯁ ꯌꯥꯏꯔꯤꯄꯣꯛ
People exercised their franchise in the second phase to elect their representatives in Chingai constituency in Ukhrul district. Voting began at 7 in the morning amid tight security arrangement. Stray incidents of violence, including scuffle among workers of different political parties and damage of EVMs, marked the election in the constituency. Voters damaged EVM after suspected NSC and IM cadres indulged in proxy voting at polling stations in Paui and Hingjaroi villages since early morning. The damage repolled at the polling stations. Suspected cadres of NSC and IM prevented Congress agents from entering polling stations at Somdalkhul, Padang Twinem and Tongo Kunbi. There were scuffles among Naga People Front, NPF and BJP workers after NPF workers allegedly indulged in proxy voting in Tongo Kunbi. BJP workers alleged that the presiding officer did not pay attention to the complaint lodged by them. The presiding officer declined to answer when Impact News asked him about the allegation. An NPF agent warned the media persons to leave the place, and NSC and IM cadre even ordered to prevent the vehicle of the media persons from leaving the area.
The NPF, they tried to do proxy, and when the BJP agent object the matter, the officers of the polling did not accept the complaint. This is the main issue that is going on in Tongo village.
Mayambu appeal to nambidiko adum magi akhangbodo adu adum habado pame mina kaya hairabasu aina khangbodo aina adum asida hapkani habadu na phaine development sidi chingdedi yam phangde ko adu khoidigi ain to haning de school ase makhoi yanghan shinbodo pame ba
Ziliarong United Front ZUF cadres allegedly assaulted workers of Lok Jan Shakti Party LJP in a poll-related violent incident. The incident occurred last night at the residence of LJP candidate in Nungba constituency, Mathuipuang Gonmai at Laishok. The family of one of the injured brought him to Imphal and admitted him at the hospital this morning. The victim had injury marks on his hip, thigh, leg and arm. He said a number of youth gathered at the house of Mathuipuang in connection with the election last night around 9. He also said armed ZUF cadres barked in the house from the rear door and fired several rounds after asking the youth to lie on the ground. They took 5 youth with them and released 4 of them after assaulting them. One is yet to be released.
Akoi office da ground manakta office leba candidate ki mayum maktuda aduda laraga the bot thada da bi yadi haina akoi da phubani mi khrana laraga yumduda nomai karwe Assam Rifles lei CRP se mayam lei adu kari su mateng pangbi de akoi na hanjan mateng pangbi yo hai su kari su mateng pangbi de JDF singna akoi bo torture tawriba mayam du so akoi na condemn tawi aduga CRP ga Assam Rifle mayam su law gi mateng laurga ACI na loina terminate tawdi tawgadamni haibse haini.
Voting started at 7 a.m. at 40 polling stations of Thoubal, which is one of the most high-profile seats in the second phase of the Manipur Assembly elections. Human rights activist and Praja candidate Irom Sharmila Chanu is pitted against Congress candidate Okram Ibobi, who has served as the Chief Minister of Manipur for 3 successive terms. Chief Minister Ibobi and his son Okram Suraj Kumar, who is contesting in Kangabo constituency, cast their vote at 7 a.m. at 35/41 Athokpa Makha Primary School polling station. Voting was by large peaceful in Thoubal. Chief Minister Okram Ibobi is confident that the Congress party will win many seats in both the hills and valley. After casting his vote at his home polling station 34/41, the Chief Minister told media that people will know the results after the March 11 counting. Responding to a media query, the Chief Minister maintained that there is nothing crucial about the 11th Assembly polls. He said people need to appreciate Irom Sharmila's decision to fight the election after fasting for more than 15 years.
Every citizen of this country has right to contest. Let her also contest. We are extremely happy. We are always most welcome. When he was in the hospital, and by the time also I appealed to her, please break your fast and democratically let us fight your aims and objective. Let us fight together. That is common cause for us also. When the region out, we hope, particularly in the Naga-dominated area, we will definitely get some more seat. Total seat, we hope it should be minimum 36 to 40. It will definitely cross 40.
Congress candidate in Kangabok and son of Chief Minister Okram Ibobi, Okram Surjakumar, said he wins the election if his priority will be the welfare of the poor and destitute people in Kangabok. Praja candidate in Thoubal, Irom Sharmila, who is contesting against Chief Minister Okram Ibobi, told Impact News that the 11 Assembly elections will decide if the people want Afaspa to be repealed from Manipur or not. Sharmila today visited the 31/35 polling station in Thoubal constituency.
aina jilai mafam asi khogi Manipur ki Chief Minister le basuma kendra asidani hariba kendra sida khogi yamna thawna fana Manipur ki Chief Minister ga lamba tawni haina thorok liba khogi hanagi afaspa lokthu haina chahi tara ga trok chara hemna ba khogi Irom Chanu Sharmila so mafam asida yinsinba laktuna khogi mafam asida leiri hojik Irom Chanu Sharmila ga wai sadu chabagi tanza ma lojage ji election je ko lamba tawro ji Chief Minister ni adugi jumthakta mahakti hanji hongna myamna maming leiraba landam asida yamna chahi 15 hena report ka lo miyo yamani sumaina bot thada banu misida mahaksu sigi mangsa khibo ekari fil tawi bage che
asidi aina thengajara ibadi achumbagi damak haibadu oibanina aina ahingsa gi pambai season naraga draconian law adu bulokthokna ba haina tanajarakpadu chahi 13 pung phajala kadawra matam hobada oidra aina lalong hongba thorakpanina ase achumbaga aranbaga thengnaba haibadu oi mani masal power ga samnadana thengrakpasida maithiba mai pakpa haibadu miyamgi miyam ahongba pame aduga abspa si kayam miyoi kayamna lokthokhaningi natraga lokthokhaningde haibadu vote sidagi khangba ngamgani ana aina phaujaye miyamgi mayamdi harau raudi adum okpi ado maithonga pukninga gi wa hai aina hoji tungi wa aina haiba ngamjade ai ishorda adum miyamgi thamoide ishor lai haiba ibu nuksibirabadi ai mai pakani haina khanjai
adu se hoje paisa yen mo khopagi pau je khoi dum tae ba ko ado sigi matang na paisa yen mi matang na kai de haningi
ai di migi voting right laiba yon ba haiba sida sidi ai kaidang da su saugat lamoi ꯑꯆꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯑꯣꯟꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯗ ꯏꯁꯥꯃꯛꯅ ꯁꯛꯇꯝ ꯂꯥꯡꯉꯒ ꯊꯣꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ
ꯏꯔꯨꯝ ꯆꯅꯨ ꯁꯩꯃꯂꯥꯅꯁꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯝꯂꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯁꯜ ꯄꯋꯥꯔ ꯃꯅꯤ ꯄꯋꯥꯔ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯅ ꯏꯂꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯑꯑꯣꯟꯕ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯑꯍꯣꯡꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯄ ꯄꯥꯝꯃꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯂꯝꯃꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯀꯦꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯄꯔꯁꯟ ꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯁꯔꯃꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯎꯝꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯈꯦꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯝꯆꯥꯟ ꯏꯝꯄꯦꯛ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯁ ꯊꯧꯕꯥꯜ.
Congress candidate in Kaching MLA Y. Surchandra stated that if the BJP comes to power, he is prepared to leave not only his home but the village. He said the Congress will defeat BJP in the election with a margin of 4,000 to 5,000 votes. He asserted that no BJP candidate will succeed in Thoubal and Kaching.
Sarkar same yam comfortably same Congress. Manifesto the koi Pajana Togodamusi spell out now. They cannot publish even their manifesto. BJP vision document, wish thinking, ama wish the summer some ponga koi my manifesto in pong of deep. And they don't have any commitment for Manipuris. We have commitment for state for Manipuris. Unlike when Parzana Kangi Adun hang by Nazi Lalade Kun Hongi, Aquan Sarkar, same delivery.
BJP candidate in Kaching, Mayang Langbam Rameshwar, claimed that BJP will defeat Congress by a margin of 2,000 to 3,000 votes and BJP will form the next government.
Manipur state phangaba matungda aikhoigi leiriba tonganba itop topa Manipur gi problem issue mayam asi ngasi phawba sarkar amatana masi address taude. As a young leader, what I want to do is address those issues. Adugumba Manipur gi leiriba issue any sarkar na ngasi phawba yengchin biramdraba low basingi laid basingi imaiben singi ahlaman gi wariba lairik tamuraga thabak phangdaba unemployed youth sing na wariba asigumba aikoi prajaga hakthengna prajada kanaba asigumba issue mayamji on priority basis I'll take up.
The poll percentage in the second phase of the 11th Manipur Assembly election recorded 83%. Polling for the second phase of the elections took place in 22 Assembly constituencies in 5 districts from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. today. The second phase of the 11th Manipur Assembly elections went off by large peacefully in Chandal and Tengnopal Assembly constituencies amid elaborate security arrangements. 7 candidates, including 1 woman candidate, contested for the Chandal seat. The constituency has 46,200 voters. The candidates are PDA's Bering Anal, Congress, Chungaland Haukip, BJP's women candidate SS Olis, EITC's Tangkolun Haukip, NPF's ST Victor Nungshlung, NPP's Letpao Haukip and independent candidate TS Warngam. Voters came out in large numbers since morning and waited for their turn at the polling stations. Tengnopal constituency witnessed a 4-cornered contest. NPF's Kulpua Armstrong, Charang Congress D. Korungthang, BJP's Yan Khalid Haukip and NPP's Gage David Murring are in the fray. Polling ended before the scheduled time at polling stations where the number of voters was less, while the polling went beyond the scheduled time at the polling stations with higher number of voters.
41 Chandel se yam Sothaba district constituency amani overall yengbaganda gari manam gi sothari bra karam haina development fund sing se implement tawkhibra han chatkhiba chahi singda asi mayam se jengsan mayam darkar hoye laiba fund mayam se phajana channelize tawra people singda grassroots level da yawhanba effectively implement tawhalaga maximum development purakpa haibse agi wakhan lon dum laijai tribal gi issues mayam su Manipur sida hojik thengnaraga lairiba hill area committee haibagi Article 371C gi provision se kadai phawba implement tawbra haibagum se ai hakki wakhan lon masi munna yengsan gani haina dum hain laijai
Tramathoi Suba Manipur Bidhan Sabha gi ani suba tangka ki saro moina Chande district ki constituency sing da pangthokhiba mikhal ngasi pung hum takhiba loina cha du humna hena bot thadna ki nakalam rom da bot thada gi bagi matam loi khiba tarbasu polling campus te leiriba mioi singbu akhana mieng loina bot thadnari loina na district asigi apunba cha da mioi kana bot thada gi haibasi siyo Manipur na phungdorpa matungna khangbang amlagani nakalam rom da polling personnel security force amadi voters singi marakta pau phanoba watpadagi thoningba thodok macha khara thokhiba natna Chandel district ko ina ngasi gi mikhal asi yamna mai pangna mani shanti oina pakthoki Camera person Bishojin Amar Pongoloina Pogdom Jariba, Poctormo Impact News, Chandel.
A total number of 31,131 voters, including 15,817 women, exercised their franchise in Lilong constituency from 7 a.m. The polling was by large peaceful in the constituency.
Taramathoi Shuba Manipuri Vidhan Sabha election Mikhal gi ani Shuba tanga ki bot thadaba ngase yu pung tai ta matam dagi haukhre ai no jil jari basi Lilong kendra gi bafam madani Lilong kendra da mire punna mire tarukna lamba tawnani mire sing adudi BJP gi Anwar Hussain ANC gi Abdul Nasir MNDF ki Abdul Jabbar NEIDP gi Sheikh Khairuddin independent mire oina Y Antas Khan amadi Ani Shuba independent candidate oina Nasir Ahmad Sheikh hariba miyoi taruk asina lamba tawnari hojik ana leiba si khogi 30/23 turel ahanbi mayai primary marasa hariba polling station asidni phamasi leiba miyoi singda makoina bothara matamna kari khudongchara mayuk naba amadi karamba issue singda yumpham oiraga makoigi mikhal khogi makoigi mirep adu khangdagi habi matangda miyam goi chanajage bothara bo lakpi base khoi bodi thadarani aduga khoi mirep amadi khalane bako taruksigi manungda ado khandriba mirepse karam moina phaba tawgre tungna kari torokani khanbibage
mamangda aikoi ge hojik lebiba candidate singsi manungda aigi apambadu oina haijarabada hojik lebiba singsi manungda aikoi ge leibak sigi chawkhat thorangda khara thawai yauba mukhoi singsi manungda aikoi aigi hek ujaba phangjaba adagi miyam ge tungda su kanaba lairaba ina khut makhai davida aikoi ge kana tawba leibak se chawkhat purakani Lilong kendra bu chawkhat purakani ana thajaba dum thamoida leijara adu tharage na khalle
hojkan je paisa yen mai paw ge dum tana raba ngtani even ai sabok tai ado paisa yen mai paw ge tabi bra somna ga paisa phangmo leija
khoi di paisa laude sengna isa ge keno ge vote ki phangba adhikar do ado paisa sigi khoi ge voting right amo oina isa ge tawpham thokba adu ga tawna ge damakta lai paisa ge
yam nungai je khoi ge paisa yaudana isa ge right mangandana isa ge tawbam thokpai thok tawna ba lakpani haba phongdok pire ado makha tana khoi ge somna kanda leiriba mio singsiga mungwari chana jage
hana su tawbi khe tungda su aikoi mayam gi afaba kayam tawbi rakani haibagi asaga loina aikoi bot thada ba laksaban ai gi oina di masi thoina khangdre paisa nungsa gi amdi bot ki line si thoina yaw su nangdaba ai seng khangde masi gi line de
yam nungai je hojik phauda khoina wari chana jak bo sing asi khogi paisa yen bagi pau ta de paisa yaude bida khogi right mangandana bot thadani haibagi wakhalni takpiri basi hairi polling station sira yamna shanti oina khogi khanchane bomte yaudana bot thadanari hojiki oina di camera person nisi sharma galoin palomjari bai ketemem Premchan Impact News Lilong.
Congress candidate in Wabugai Fazur Rahim asserted that the Congress government led by Chief Minister Okram Ibobi will return to power after the election. He said Congress will lead in all 36 polling stations in Wabugai. He also promised to complete developmental projects. BJP candidate in Wabugai constituency, Usham Deben, said he will defeat Congress candidate and sitting MLA Fazur Rahim by over 2,000 votes. He said he will write to ECI to hold repoll at the polling stations where the voting was not free and fair. He asserted that the BJP will form the next government. Former MP and candidate of PDA in Chandel, BD Baring, demanded countermanding of all poll segments of Chandel constituency. Speaking to media persons, Baring alleged that most of the photo voter ID slips have been seized by underground outfits and voters were unable to freely exercise their franchise as the underground took control. He also said the information has been passed on to ECI, CEOs and DUs concerned. At least 8 persons, including 3 women, were injured in a blast that occurred this evening near the Kasturi Bridge in Thangal Bazaar. The blast occurred in front of Deva Pharmacy near Kasturi Bridge around 5:40 p.m. 5 of the injured were rushed at the RIMS hospital, while the other 3 are admitted at different hospitals in Imphal. 5 non-Manipuris were among the injured. Northeast India Development Party (NEIDP) has opened its Meghalaya state unit and appointed office bearers of the state-level committee. In a press release, the party said Sumor Langsuting has been appointed president, Imlangking Nibla as general secretary and Bijoy Sangma as treasurer. District Magistrate Imphal West has prohibited assembly of 5 or more persons and carrying of sticks, stones, firearms, weapons or any offensive weapons in and around DC complex, Lamphel from 6 p.m. of March 10 till the end of counting. The same prohibition is also applied in surrounding areas within 200 meters of polling station number 10/5B at Iroishemba Upper Primary School in Uripok from 6 p.m. on March 10 till the repoll process is completed. This order shall not apply to government agencies involved in enforcement of law and order, officials involved in the counting of votes, including contesting candidates, election agents, counting agents, and maintenance of essential services. International Women's Day was observed by various organizations on the theme Be Bold for Change in different parts of the state today. Manipur State Commission for Women, Social Welfare Department and Community Food and Nutrition Extension Unit, Ministry of Women and Child, Government of India jointly observed the day at Manipur Central Jail, Imphal. A training program on applied work of Manipur for women inmates of the jail was also launched in connection with observance of the day. Speakers at a function that stressed the need to empower the women and make them realize that they are not inferior to men. They said women should learn to live with dignity. All Manipur Women's Voluntary Association Amawova today observed the International Women's Day on the theme, Let Us Carry the Struggle Forward at Gandhi Memorial Hall. Speakers at the event expressed their concern at the increasing violence against women and problems facing women. Kanglei Imalub also observed International Women's Day at Manipur Press Club. People from different walks of life took part in the event. Speaking at the event, Arts and Culture Director Dr. K. Shushila expressed grave concern over the rise in crimes and violence against women in many parts of the world. Manipur Proletariat People's Democratic Union, Socialist Students Union Manipur and Struggling Committee Manipur also observed the International Women's Day at Manipur Press Club. Speakers at the event emphasized the need to empower women in the state. All Manipur Nupi Marup and Manipur State Legal Service Authority jointly observed International Women's Day at Manipur Hindi Parishad on Old Assembly Road. A workshop on women's rights was observed by Kumbi Kulakpam Laikai Women's Organization at Old Age Home Kumbi in connection with the International Women's Day. Kanglei Park Students Association KSA is organizing a cycle rally with the theme Sports for a Change tomorrow. It has also appealed to the people to participate in the rally. The rally will be flagged off from KSA's head office at Kwakaithal and Kova, Maldom, Nambol, Hiangthang, Langtabal, Herangoithong, Singtumay, Babupara. Before we wrap up the bulletin, a quick look at the headlines once again. Stray incidents of violence marked the second phase of 11th Manipur Assembly elections. Voters decide fate of 98 candidates in 22 constituencies. Chief Minister Bobi among the high-profile candidates. And 8 persons, including 3 women, were injured in a blast near the Kasturi Bridge.